Alright, here we are. Last week of the NFL season. If you want the truth, I'm surprised I've done this for 18 weeks, but here we are once again. Let's just jump right into it. Starting off with the Carolina Panthers traveling to Tampa Bay with the division on the line. You've got the Carolina Panthers taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Panthers, all they need to do is win and get in. As for the Bucks, sitting at 7-9, they need to win, and they need a Falcons loss. Let's see if it happens. Recently, the Panthers have been hot and cold. They've won a game, then lost a game, won a game, then lost a game. They've been doing that for like 2 months now. So, if the pattern continues, they're going to win this week. As for the Bucks, ice cold. That is the best way I can describe the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They have been ice cold. Baker, ever since he hurt his shoulder, has not been the same. He's throwing interceptions all over the place. And this is a game where Baker is going to have to be really good if the Bucks are going to win. I'm going to go with the Panthers here. The Panthers, I think they should win this game because I can't buy what Tampa is selling right now. They just don't look like a team that wants to compete or win. And that's even with them getting healthier on the offensive side of the ball. So I'm going to have to go with the Panthers here to get this win. And good for you, Panthers. I'm going to be rooting for you. As much as I love me some Baker Mayfield, I'm going to root for you. Make me proud. Plus, the fans, I think they deserve it. Moving along, we've got the battle for the NFC 1 seed, and if you ask me, I think this should be the Sunday night game, but that's neither here nor there. We've got the Seattle Seahawks taking on the San Francisco 49ers. The 49ers, they may be hurt, they may be limping to the finish line, but they're a really good team, and they're finding ways to win. And whether you love or you hate Brock Purdy, I personally am a fan of his. You gotta admit, he's been doing well this season, for the most part. As for the Seahawks, Sam Darnold, he's looked pretty good at times this season. Last week got off to a slow start, but we've seen that from the Seahawks this season. We saw it against the Falcons a few weeks ago. We saw it against the Rams. And we saw it last week against the Panthers. So that's what the Seahawks do at times. They start off slow, but then they get things going. In this case, the battle for the 1 seed, of course, San Fran got the better of Seattle back in week 1. I believe it was week 1. I think. That sounds right. It was either week 1 or week 2. It was really early on in the season. San Fran got the upper hand. But at that time, Seattle was still trying to grow and mold into the team that they are now. I'm going to go with the Seattle Seahawks to win this game, win the 1 seed. Give me the Seahawks. Next up, we're getting into games that don't particularly matter. We'll start off with the Saints and the Falcons. The Saints, for starters, Tyler Shuck, he's looked really good. He's going to be the starting QB more than likely heading into week 1 next season. And I know Saints, I don't know if you're super thrilled about winning games, but it's growth. It's a lot better than I think most people expected you to be this season, myself included. So I think you take it, and you're seeing growth out of the young quarterback. And this team as a whole, Kellen Moore looks like he's doing a really good job over there. And I'm very curious to see where they're going to be next season. As for the Falcons, Kirk Chains, he didn't have to do a whole lot. It was mainly Bijan Robinson doing the heavy lifting there on Monday night. But there's still room to be optimistic here. I'm going to go with the Saints here. They're just the hotter team right now. Shuck has been slinging it. And I think that they can beat this Falcons team they're just waiting for the end of the season. They're waiting for everyone to get fired. Let's be honest. And I'm very curious to see what happens from here on. Next up, we have the Cleveland Browns taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. This game doesn't matter. I'm going to speed right through these next few games. Cleveland Browns, they got a big win against the Steelers last week. The defense played very well, very, very well. Offense was pretty good in the first quarter. After that, they kind of sputtered. Shedeur Sanders threw a couple picks, one of them not really being his fault. Sort of. But, a win is a win. You never complain. And especially beating a rival like the Steelers, you're thrilled. You're thrilled as can be. As for the Bengals, you're just waiting for this season to be over. You're waiting for it to all end. Joe Burrow, he's playing very well, and you're getting wins at this point. But are you really happy because Zach Taylor might just save his job as a result? We'll see. I'm going to go with the Bengals here. They're the hotter team right now. I think they're the better team. They're a better quarterback team. They have it all, except the defense and offensive line, the whole 9 yards. But I am going to go with the Bengals here. Next up, we have the Green Bay Packers taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Packers seem to have locked down the 7 seed, sorry. They seem to have locked down the 7 seed, so we'll see if they play starters this week. If I have to take a guess, I'm going to guess Jordan Love is not going to play, just because he's still dealing with that concussion and whatnot. So I'm going to guess that Jordan Love isn't going to play. As for Minnesota, you got a big-time win against the Lions on Christmas. You knocked them out of the playoffs. You can't be mad about that. You got to be thrilled. We'll see if J.J. McCarthy plays in this game. If it's Max Brosmer, I'm absolutely going with the Packers here. Plus, Malik Willis hasn't looked that bad at all. He's actually looked really freaking good. And he was not the reason that the Packers lost that game on Saturday. So I am going to go with the Packers here, regardless of who's at the quarterback for either team. Because I think Malik Willis has just looked too good, and I can't bet against him. Next up, we have, the Dallas Cowboys taking on the New York Giants. The Cowboys, let's start with them. The Cowboys, they got to win against the Commanders on Christmas. And, at this point in the season, you're already eliminated from the playoffs. Feels like too little, too late. But there is optimism heading into next season. It's going to be a full season with Quinnen Williams. You're going to have a whole off season with, being able to build on the defensive side. We'll see what you do with George Pickens. It's a very intriguing offseason for the Cowboys. As for the Giants, you got to win against the Raiders for better or for worse. Jackson Dart, he looked pretty good there on Sunday. And so at this, you've just been hoping that Jackson Dart shows flashes that he can be the guy for the future. And you're hoping that maybe you can exit this season with a win and build off of that momentum. I am going to go with the Cowboys, though. I think Prescott is just a better quarterback. I think the Cowboys are just a better team, better offense, slightly better defense, maybe. Although I think Giants' front seven is pretty good. I just don't think that the Cowboys are going to lose this game to the Giants. Next up, we have the Tennessee Titans taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Titans, they're still losing games, but they're fighting at this point. They're a much better team now than they were at the start of the season. So you got to give them credit for that. Cam Ward has been improving. Silently, but he has been improving. Albeit the deep ball still a bit inaccurate. Cam Ward is improving, and that's all you can ask for as a Titans fan. The Jaguars, on the other hand, they're hot. They are red hot. They are on fire. Trevor Lawrence is firing on all cylinders. And even in a close game, you still found a way to beat the Colts. I'm going to go with the Jaguars here. They're simply a better team than the Titans, and we'll see what happens from there. Next up, we have the Indianapolis Colts taking on the Houston Texans. I'm going to keep picking Phillip Rivers. I want him to get a win so bad. So bad I want him to get a win. I don't know if it's going to happen against this Texans defense, which is really good, as we saw once again on Saturday against the Chargers. But man, this Colts team, I want Phillip Rivers to get a win so bad. I want him to get a win so bad, dadgummit. But I'm gonna go with the Colts because I want it to happen. I'm sorry, Texans. You're a very good team, and we'll see what happens. Moving along, we have the New York Jets and Brady Cook taking on the Buffalo Bills. Enough said. I'm picking the Bills here. Brady Cook, I don't think is the future of the franchise. Bills, coming off of a tough loss last week, they were looking to beat the brakes off the Jets, head into the playoffs with some sort of momentum, even as a wild card team. We'll see. I think the Bills are going to absolutely pants the Jets, and the Jets are going to be back in the quarterback market again this offseason. Next up, we have the Detroit Lions taking on the Chicago Bears. The Lions getting eliminated from the playoffs. Jared Goff did not have a good game, although I don't think you can blame this season on him. The Lions were top team in scoring heading into the last week, so I don't think you can blame it all on Goff. However, it definitely does raise some questions, because he does seem to have at least one of these games every single year, if not two. Of course, last year, he threw like 5 interceptions against the Texans. And so you really do have to question if Goff can get you over the hump. I believe in Goff, personally, but I understand if others don't. The Bears, on the other hand, lost a close game with the Niners, a shootout. Your offense looked good in that game. Very good, in fact. You clinched the NFC North, didn't have to do any of the work. So, you're heading into the playoffs with a lot of good vibes right now if you're the Bears. And you're hoping that you can close off the season with a win, head into the playoffs with some sort of momentum. But I'm going to go with the Lions here. I think Dan Campbell is mad. I mean, I've been saying that for a couple weeks now, but that's neither here nor there. I think the Lions are going to be able to win this game. We'll see how hard the Bears actually want to fight, because they can't get the 1 seed now. So we'll see how hard they want to fight. They might bench some starters. I think the lowest seed they can get is the 3 seed. So I think they'll be fine with that. We'll see if they're resting starters. Next up, we have the LA Chargers taking on the Denver Broncos. It has already been announced that Justin Herbert will not start in this game, so they're going to the backup. I'm going to go with the Broncos here. They're still fighting for the 1 seed, and the Broncos have a very good defense. I think that Chargers offense is really going to struggle. So we'll see. I mean, maybe, I don't know who the backup is. Is it still Easton Stick? Oh, God. Regardless of who it is, I'm going with the Broncos. Their defense should be able to shut down whoever is starting for the Chargers. Next up, we have the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Vegas Raiders. Both teams want this season to end. Chiefs starting Chris Oladokun, more like. I mean, what do you want me to say? The Chiefs, they've had a rough go of things this season. The Raiders, on the other hand, blatantly tanking. So do I go with a team that's at least trying, or do I go with a team that's blatantly trying to lose? I'm going with the Chiefs here, but I don't feel good about it. I wouldn't be surprised if the Raiders win this game. It sounds like Geno is going to start this last game from the sounds of it. I don't think it particularly matters. I'm going with the Chiefs here. I think they're going to be able to win this game. It's going to be ugly. It's going to be like a 13-10 ball game, and I'm not talking good defense. It's going to be really bad offense. Probably 2 turnovers on both sides. It's going to be bad. But I will take the Chiefs. Next up, we have the Arizona Cardinals taking on the LA Rams. Keeping it short and sweet, sounds like the Rams are going to be starting their starters, so I'm going with the Rams. I don't think it's going to be particularly close either. The Cardinals, they're in a rut. They're not doing so hot. They got crushed last week by the Bungles defense of all things. And the Rams, they've lost 2 straight, looking to head into the playoffs with some sort of momentum. We'll see if it happens. But I do think the Rams are going to beat the brakes off the Cardinals. I'm so sorry, Cardinal fans. Viewer discretion is advised. Next up, AFC East matchup. We have the Miami Dolphins taking on the New England Patriots. Quinn Ewers has looked okay. He's looked okay. So that's at least something to hang your hat on if you're Miami. As for the Patriots, still fighting for the 1 seed. Of course, you need a Broncos loss. We'll see. I mean, I think the Patriots are going to be able to win this game against the Dolphins, even though the Dolphins have had their number in previous years. I think the Patriots are good enough to where they can beat a Quinn Ewers-led Dolphins team. And we'll see what happens. Next up, we've got the Washington Commanders and Josh Johnson taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles are going to win. We'll see if they're going to play their starters for the entirety of the game. But I am going to go with the Eagles because they're a better team. And I don't trust a Josh Johnson-led team. So give me the Eagles here. Last but not least, we have Sunday Night Football. The Baltimore Ravens taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. This is essentially a playoff game. This is win and get in, or you lose and you go home. The Ravens, Derrick Henry, 4 touchdowns, 200 yards. Good God almighty, am I terrified. I am terrified of him. We'll see if Lamar Jackson is going to play. If I had to take a guess, I'd say he probably will. The Steelers, on the other hand, rough game against the Browns. Darnell Washington is out for the season. It's not great. It's not great, especially on the offensive side of the ball. It sounds like TJ Watt is going to be back, so that's a positive. Hopefully that'll help stop Derrick Henry. Good Lord, please don't eat me alive. I am so afraid of him. But yes, being a Steelers fan, I am obviously going to have to go with the Steelers here. They better win. But regardless of what happens, Mike Tomlin isn't getting fired. Sorry, it's not going to happen. But those are my picks this week. Steelers, you better win. Please win. I'm begging you. But that's it. Good luck. Don't die. And Happy New Year.